drum right now. But since the drum is on track 1, you patch HD24 out over here into compressor A in 1. So now the signal is going from the mixer to the compressor. But you have to send it back. So you take another one of these cables and then you patch it outside. You patch it from comp A out 1, which is the same one, just the signal's coming out. Then you patch it into tape in 1. So now it's going from the mixer to the compressor and then back out from the compressor back to the mixer. So you should be able to hear the difference. Alright, let's see. Play. Alright, and it looks like... Give it a sec. Doesn't start till like 7 or so seconds. Alright, cool. So, the bass, it sounds softer. It's because it's going through the compressor. So, it's literally labeled compressor on there. So, you turn up the output gain, makes it louder. And then you can adjust the attack if you want, or the release. But you should probably just... The only ones you really should worry about are the threshold, ratio, and the output gain. So, you open up the threshold, change the ratio, and see now it's going through the compressor, because you're getting these red dots, as I like to call them. But 3 or 4 should be enough, from what Justin Riley tells me. He also knows that I like to call them red dots. Alright. But it's just showing us that the signal is going through the compressor now. And I'll try to demonstrate some more. We'll just mess around with it for a few seconds. But yeah, you can turn up the output gain to make it louder. See? And that's pretty much deciding how much is sent through the threshold. You can turn up the attack a little bit. Ratio. It kind of restricts it. I just keep it at 2 and 1. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it for that. But we have to use a noise gate too. Let's see. Alright, that should be good. Now for the noise gate, you pretty much do the same thing except use the gate function instead of the compressor function, because they're right next to each other. I'm hoping you can hear all of this because I don't want to explain it again. But let's wait for the music to come in. Alright. So since the bass is track 2, you have to patch HD24 out, just like before, to comp A in 2, which sends it to channel 2 of the first compressor. And then, just like I said before, you have to patch it back, so comp A out 2 to tape in 2. And see, now you can only hear the drums, except for like sort of the bass. So let's see. Let's rewind it. But the noise gate is labeled expander gate, which are pretty much the same thing at different intensities. So you just mess with what's under the expander and the gate instead of what's under the compressor. I mean, you can mess with like the threshold. Well, you can mess with all of them, but as long as you mess with the expander and the gate, you know that that's working instead of just the compressor, because they kind of work together. But see, you turn up the output gain to make it louder, but the expander gate, just when something gets low enough, at a low enough frequency, it just mutes it. So let's see. Now you're getting signal, but you can barely hear it because when it gets to a certain frequency, it just turns it down even more. I don't think limiters are really like useful very much, but Apparently someone's going to find a use for them. But that's how you use an expander and a noise gate. It's not that difficult. Most people just have trouble with the patching, but it's really not that hard. Especially after you learn how to mess with it a little bit. But see, after a while it just like completely mutes the bass. But that's that. Alright, and last but not least, it looks like we have to mess with reverb a little bit. So we can stop it, rewind it, and pretty much we don't really need these anymore. So we can just take them out. And let's see. For reverb, or delay or reverb at different intensities, let's play it. You have to send signal from the aux sends to this. You don't actually have to patch because the teachers here are geniuses and made it so it wasn't so that we didn't have to do it. But one thing I forgot to tell you guys is that you have to normal out the compressor when you're done. Just basic common sense. But as you can see, the lexicon is on based on that big blue light. But let's see if I can get this to work. It might be hard to hear since it's not an actual recording, but maybe if I use the drums, you'll be able to hear the effects of reverb. Alright, let's see. Waiting for the song. Alright, cool. So we have the drums. So pretty much you alter the auxiliary master faders after you turn up the aux sends. So you have to send the signal to the lexicon first. I think Justin Riley told me it's 1 and 2. So you adjust, well, pretty much just 1 or 2, and then you adjust. Oh wait, these are 3 and 4 because they're dumb. I think. But give me a sec. It should be. Oh wait, obviously. Okay, I'm really stupid now. Okay. Let's see. Well, give me a sec. But pretty much you have to. God, I keep pressing fast forward. But you have to send the signal to the lexicon first. And then you can bring it back. So it's tracks 1 and 2. Then you turn these up. And then you should be hearing reverb right about now. Because we're getting signal over here based on these lights blinking. And then you have to see if I can find a good setting. You can't really hear it that much. I don't know why. But yeah, you pretty much just mess with it enough. And then you send them to the lexicon, and then I think he said it's 3 and 4 over here. Yeah, see? Right there. I think, yep. Right there, so you're getting signal, which means reverb is being sent. You have to send it to the lexicon with the aux sends, which are right above the strips. You send it with these green knobs here. You actually only have to use 1 and 2, but when you're sending it back or using the master faders, you have to use 3 and 4. 4, adjust the second one up here on the console, and 2, adjust the first one. See, when I turn up 2, you get when I turn up 3, you get signal. When I turn up 4, you get signal. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all I had to do. Thanks for watching, and that's my signal flow project.